Welcome to another episode of What's the Word podcast. Your boy DYCKMAN Drew, and today I got one of my kids, one of my guys, one of my dudes that I seen come up from not anybody knowing him to everybody knowing who he is. He became a household name in New York City. My boy Giovanni Mclean, aka Batteries Not Included. What's good?
Yo, what up, bro?
How you?
I'm chilling, bro. Doing a coaching life now.
Yeah. How you holding up in this pandemic?
Um, I was able to still be. I still had a job. I still was able to coach and stuff like that. After I was still rehabbing though for most of
Okay.
it, but after that, I was still able to coach. So that was still good for me. That was a plus for me.
That's what's up. You still look young. You know what I mean? Like you don't change. I mean, I can't really tell, but from what
Right,
I could see, you still look
right.
pretty much. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that, bro.
Nah, that's what's
Health
up,
is
man.
wealth, man. Health is wealth. That's a fact.
Yeah, I see. I see. You look. You know what I mean? You looking healthy. There was times that I seen you. I was like, yo, you starting to look like me.
Right.
You better hit the gym and start running.
And then 2 weeks later, you see me.
Yeah,
I'm back.
you back like a superhero.
That's a fact.
I ain't gonna hold you up too long, bro, but I want to share what a lot of what I do know and a couple of things that I don't know, but I feel like the story that's behind you is one that should be shared. You know what I mean?
Right.
You made up for a lot of time in a short amount of time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about when you started playing basketball. When did you start playing basketball? Because to my knowledge, you were a soccer player.
Yeah, that's a fact. I was a
So
soccer player because
how long? From what age did you start playing soccer, and how did that lead to basketball?
I started soccer from as far as I can remember since I was like probably 3. Because my pops was a soccer player.
Okay.
He played on the national team in Jamaica, so he was nice. So I wanted to play soccer my whole life, following him. Then he passed away when I was 15, but I started playing basketball around 14. He passed away when I was 14, actually 14. And that's
Okay.
what made me start really playing basketball.
Got you.
So then I started going to the park with my cousins every day. And
Yeah.
that was history. After that,
Was it tough to pick up starting, considering the fact that you're starting, like you said, you started playing soccer when you were 3 years old. There's
right,
kids that start playing basketball when they're 3 years old.
right.
So like you picking up a sport at 14, pretty much going into high school,
Right.
was it tough to pick up, or did you pick it up fast?
Kinda, cause the footwork part and all that stuff, I had that part. I
Okay.
just had to pick up the speed and all that stuff. I had that part. I just had to pick up like the reading the games, like you was to teach me, like slow down a little bit. I was too fast for my own good at one point, so
Yeah.
I had to learn the other parts of the game, slowing down, like learning the jump shot, like how to like use that stuff. You know what I mean? Like picking my spots, winning score, stuff like that. I had to
Mhm.
learn like later on. So and in a short period of time, I was thrown in the fire like right away, almost like
That's what I'm saying, because when I met you, you was at boys club, you was 15.
right.
So you pretty much had a year playing basketball.
Exactly. I
And
didn't
that summer, we were in everything.
facts.
Everything. UDC, Black Butter, Youth on the Rise, the Teen Rucker. We was in everything. And you know, me and you butted heads a lot because I was trying to explain to you that you're wasting energy. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? Because
Right.
you going this way. We need you this way. You know, it was little things,
Right.
but honestly, bro, after I met you within about the first month of us in the gym, because that's when we was in Kennedy, when we was in the gym, like on it, you could see that this kid is getting it
Right.
because you picked up the game really fast.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
So
me.
before you got to me in DYCKMAN, what was that boys club? That was your first organized basketball experience?
Well, organized. I mean, yeah, not just summer basketball. Yeah, that was my first like real organized basketball. I mean, that one I can't lie. That really got me better. That year I really got better because I had a lot of like older dudes like ahead of me that I was
Mm-hmm.
really seeing them like Cliff.
Yeah, Cliff.
Cliff,
I was gonna say you came uptown with Cliff. Yeah,
that's my bro, man. Cliff, that's my
yeah,
bro forever. But yeah,
absolutely.
Cliff, I learned a lot from Cliff. Like, no funny, like
Mm-hmm.
Cliff used to strap up. Cliff playing
Oh,
against Isaiah Thomas, like He's locking Isaiah Thomas up, like doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that right there gave me confidence. Like, yo, I could do this too. Like, and learning from him for a whole year. Sammy, all of them, everybody, like, we had a crew. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
So I was sitting on the bench a lot, but I still got to play a lot. You know what I mean, because we was smoking a lot of teams, so I still got to play. But that year, I ain't gonna lie, that's when I learned the most, like, from when I was younger, like, because that year I had to learn real patience.
Yeah.
I had to learn real patience because I was
Yeah.
playing a lot,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
and I felt like I was good enough to play.
Absolutely, as you should.
Right,
Me and you clashed behind that, and
right,
it caused something, but you didn't see the bigger picture at the
exactly.
time,
Right.
because
That was my mindset at the time.
no, but that's that killer
Right,
mindset.
right,
You know what I mean? So I can't knock you for it. Just like I told you when it happened. We're gonna get to that. But
right.
we talking boys club right now. So when you first get into the fire as this kid that has less than a year playing ball, how's the transition for you? Like how was it for you?
Um, I ain't gonna lie, it was tough. I got kicked out of practice. My first time getting kicked out of practice, I was in LPAC. No lie.
Okay.
LPAC, I went to LPAC. I missed like 3 layups in a row. We was doing like a fast break layup drill. This is my like
Mm-hmm.
first time doing an organized practice, anything. I'm nervous as shit.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do. I'm going in there because my friends went in there. Like, all right, I'm gonna try it. Like,
Yeah.
went. I got kicked out. He like, get out of my gym. I'm like, all right, bet. That really like, I ain't gonna lie. That really like burned me because I was in the park cooking. Like in the park, I used to cook, and I'm like,
Yep.
damn. I'm like, all right, just because I was nervous, I missed a couple of layups. I was like, all right, say no more.
Got you.
I went. That's when I went. That summer, that whole winter, I played with the boys club. I got better, and I came back. I even played with. I played with LPAC again. Was frying for them, winning matchups for them.
Yeah.
I mean, so after that, and I still look back at that like, yo, that kind of like gave me like motivation, like ammo, like to come back like better.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get better after that. Like,
Okay. So you're coming up. So now you see that this basketball thing is something that you really want to do.
right,
It's not like I'm exploring what it. No, I want to do this. I
right,
can do this. I feel I'm as good as anybody around me. I want to play basketball.
right.
What's your school situation like?
Uh, Nothing. I haven't played high school basketball till my senior year. Then man, I went to Bronx Regional.
Okay, now hold on, because it's about to sound like some 2K stuff we're about to talk about. But you play your senior year high school basketball. What were the numbers like by the time you get to Bronx Regional? Because now you're seasoned. Pause.
Yeah,
You've been playing a few years, but not only that, you've been playing against the toughest competition
right,
that's available, and you're playing up.
right,
Because when you were 14, 15, you was playing 19s,
right.
16s, you was playing everything but your age group.
Exactly.
So now you finally get in a school setting where it's just high school kids.
Right.
What was that 1 year at Bronx Regional? What was that like? Take me through that.
Murder. It's like murder. I ain't gonna lie. It was murder.
I
I,
went
I
to a
was
game
so
and I couldn't believe what was going on.
it was murder. But I was more mad that we didn't win the chip that year. That's what I was
Okay.
mad. We lost the chip by one. We lost to some Brooklyn team by one.
Okay.
The chip.
Okay. Your only year at Bronx Reed, you put up what, like 28, 8 and 8 or something like that?
Something like
25,
that.
something like that.
Yeah, 20, like 26, like 8 and like 5.
Okay. So now you know you're behind on the 8 ball because you only got to play 1 year of high school basketball.
Right.
Then you're at an alternative high school, which a lot of people frown upon. But if you know, the best kids in the city probably went through these schools because of whatever academics or whatever they decided earlier on in high school. Because in Bronx Regional, a bunch of killers have come out of that school.
Oh dear.
A bunch of killers have come out of that school. You know what I mean? So, what are you thinking about as far as now? Or do you know about prep school? Do you know about reclassifying? Do you know what this process is like for basketball for a young kid coming up? What's your
Um,
next step? What are you thinking about?
Kinda. I don't know. I don't really know. I didn't really know the ins and out of it as yet, right?
Oh,
But I had some people ahead of me, like my bro Maudi. Like I kind of he's ahead of me, so I kind of saw how he did it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
so I kind of like had a kind of blueprint. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
here, go to school. Maybe if not, go to prep school.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the case because I wasn't, you know what I mean, wasn't on basketball terms my whole high school career,
Exactly.
right? So I had to go to prep. I had to go to the prep school. So
Mm-hmm.
I found a prep school down in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Went there, murdered that one too. I got a JUCO from that.
So let me ask you something though. That in Tennessee, it's your first time away from home by yourself, safe to say, right?
Yeah,
For a lengthy amount of time.
yeah.
What was that experience like for this kid from the Bronx that now all of a sudden you have this dream of being a basketball player and you're actually seeing that these steps are starting to happen for you? What was that feeling like when you was out there in the sticks? I remember talking to you, but talk about what that was like for you.
Yo, I can't lie. That's one of the first times I really knew what hard work was. Like, that's when I really was working hard because I was working like outdoor hard work, like pushing tires, like pulling barrels, like stuff like that. Like I was doing like, you know what I mean, that type of hard work. So
Okay.
that's like my first time I got to really work hard, and like we won. That was my first triple double, by the way, in high school.
What school was that?
Um, what was the name of that shit?
You're not that old.
PG Academy. Yeah, it's post grad academy. It's like a post grad.
Okay.
It was a post grad academy.
You have your first triple double?
In my first triple double,
Tough.
we played a JV college team,
Okay.
and my first triple double against them.
Nice. And y'all wind up taking the chip, you said?
Nah, we lost in before we got to the chip. Before we got the first round playoffs, we lost.
Okay. So now you know how this goes. Your next step is JUCO.
Right,
Where does that take you?
Missouri.
Okay, talk about it. What's that like being in Missouri? This kid from the Bronx.
That was fire. I can't lie, because that was the first time I knew what like a kind of a fake college town was. Like it
Okay.
was all about sports, like all about the
Yeah.
basketball team in there. Like everybody came to the games and they won. Like that was a winning team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the record wise, there was like probably number 2 in the nation at that time. Like,
Okay.
I mean, we had a tough coach, Jay Spoonhour.
Yeah.
I mean, that was my guy. Like he taught me how to play defense. Sometimes I learned all these things from different coaches. That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
that's I think that's what got me better because, you know what I mean, I was learning so many different things, and I was like figuring it out how to apply it myself,
Yeah.
like just through playing, like randomly, not even working out like every single day, but I was playing every day.
Mm-hmm.
Saying like I didn't know how to work out yet. Like I didn't
Yeah.
know about any of that yet. Like I
Yeah.
haven't seen nobody around me work out. I
Right.
just seen play,
Okay.
and so that's all I ever did was just play. I'll
All
go to
right.
the park. When I first learned how to play basketball, I go to the park all day from 8 to 8, 8 to 10 to 10. It don't matter, like all day. Like in the summertime, it was all day. That's how like,
That's
you
a
know what I'm saying?
fact.
I learned
That's the only way you can learn,
day.
especially in a city that's full of people where everybody could dribble.
Exactly.
The worst person on the court got a handle. You
Right.
know what I mean? And you
21.
a guard playing that position that's the toughest. Everything is all eyes on you
Right.
at that position. You know what I mean? And you coming up with a class of killers.
Right.
You
Exactly.
know what I mean? So you really have to learn on the fly.
Right.
So this Missouri school, how what's the name of it and how'd it go?
Mobley, Mobley,
Yes?
Mobley Community College.
Yes, sir.
It went well. I was like the only freshman on my team to really start.
Okay.
I started the whole year except for
Nice.
3 games when I got hurt. I played with a torn ACL, by the way, the whole year,
The whole season.
whole season, torn ACL.
How'd
Average
the season
12
go for you?
points. Huh?
How'd the season go for you?
It went well. Average 12 points.
Okay.
Had us in like fourth. I
Mm,
was a freshman. Had
nice.
us in like fourth. We had a crew though. We had a bunch of New York kids on my team.
All right.
We had my boy Manny. We had Day Day. You know, jumping Day Day. Used to
Yeah.
jump at the gym.
Hmm. Yeah.
Got little Malik, the little point guard, and we had a killer. I ain't gonna lie, he should have went to the league. My son Kenny Williams,
Yeah.
he should have went. He was a killer,
Okay.
killer. Like shoot with both hands, left and right.
And this is out in Missouri.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, we had a crew, but I got hurt. My knee gave out in practice one day,
Mm-hmm.
like, and I couldn't play. It got swollen. I couldn't play the last 3 games. We traveled out for the tournament. I couldn't even play the whole tournament.
Got you.
Tight. It came down to the last shot too. Like my coach thought about putting me in. Like I couldn't even play. I was sick. But at the end of that season, I decided to get the surgery, and my coach left anyway. So I was like, all right, bet I'm gonna decide to get the surgery. You know what I mean? So I got the surgery, came back home. I sat out the whole year,
Mm-hmm.
so my clock wouldn't keep running. Right?
Yeah.
So I know I would get that year back from later on because I did surgery and stuff, and I didn't go to school.
Yes, sir.
So I did that. Then I went to Westchester.
Community.
Yeah, Westchester Community College. Won a chip there.
Nah, but don't dismiss it like that, because besides the fact that you started late, you have a torn ACL. Now you're in a D1 JUCO. How do you feel? Because a lot of people will tear up their knee, and it's gonna kill their confidence. It's gonna kill what they feel they can do. You know what I mean? Which is confidence. And
Right,
it's like your game, very explosive, very stop and go, very
right.
fast. So an ACL is a crucial part
That's a
of the knee. You know what I mean?
right.
So I remember when I was on the phone with you all the time when you was rehabbing and you was working it back, and I went to see you play at Westchester Community College. When you finally get to that step, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, how did you feel when you saw what you was amongst? You know what I mean? And what you was ready to get into.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I felt like I was ready for anything. At that point, like I felt seasoned, like for anything. I
Mm-hmm.
was, you know what I mean. I had hitters around me, so I ain't have to be. I started that season. I was averaging like 28.
Okay.
Then we get Lewis. You know what I mean? Get Lewis.
Yeah.
I started averaging like half that, almost half that, like 17 at that point. You know what I mean?
Got you.
So he could get his. So, I mean, then I start leading the nation in assists for half the year.
Okay.
So I ended the year in second, but that's what I'm saying. So I was ready for anything, for whatever. I was
Talk about it.
physically ready, in shape, everything, my
Mm-hmm.
best shape, all that. Like, I mean, killing everything. I was a killer that back then at that point in my career. I
And
was
how do you like how things went at Westchester?
I mean, I did. I loved it. I didn't like I wasn't with the bullshit, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was trying to get out of there. I already had a year of structure under my belt to know what to do. So
Yes, sir.
I was already like, you know what I mean? I was,
Yep.
yo, I need that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So when the bullshit happened, that's how I was able to like save myself. I was able to show all my work, all that. Like, yeah, you bugging. Like, I went to classes, I did all that. Like, I wasn't playing.
And basketball wise, how'd you like, like that's a high level competition. You
Right,
understand what I'm saying? Like there's all them college coaches are watching these kids. So
right,
now you're seeing college coaches. You guys are in the tournament, correct?
right. We
Okay.
won
So
the
what's that atmosphere like for you?
we won the chip in Westchester.
Yes, sir.
Then we went out to Hutch.
How did that feel, man, winning a college championship?
I mean, that felt great, bro. Like, but I felt like the job wasn't done. When we went to Hutch, we had to go to 20.
Yeah.
I went crazy in the first game. We lost though, but
Okay.
my boy Lewis missed the layup. I ain't gonna say nothing about that, but
Montero owe you that.
yeah, he owed me that for sure, for sure, for sure. And then right after that, it makes the same layup right after the jump ball, same layup. So I was like, yeah, it is what it is. But went crazy, like 35, 7 and 5
Mm.
in front of everybody. I'm talking about like this is a sports arena. It's packed, jam packed. Like we played primetime game too. Like all the other teams is there watching everybody. Like all the coaches, thousands of coaches, bro. Like
You put on a show.
just went crazy. Wow, like went crazy.
Before y'all get there, talk about that chip though, man. How gratifying was that? Because there's a lot. Not everybody wins, obviously. You know
Nah,
what I mean?
in fact, and it was against a team that beat us twice in the regular season. Like,
That makes it even better. That's like when we won.
yo, they had seven footers almost that dribbling like KD. I'm not gonna kid, I kid you not. Like
Mm.
their lineup, I had to guard a 6'10" dude.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
their guard was 6'6". Like
That's tough,
that's
yo.
what I'm saying. Like yeah, got it done though.
Okay.
Got him out of here. Game winning them and all that. Like
That's all you.
game winning them had a what I had double, 12 dimes,
Mm.
like 17, 12.
Nice. That's what's up. So now, your next step, we're trying to get that Division I college,
Right.
right? So we go to Quinnipiac. When you get to play, how did you find the level of competition when you first stepped on the floor with that Quinnipiac jersey on, and you see this America East Division I college basketball?
Um, I didn't think the competition was that crazy. I think it's competitive for sure. I didn't think it was like that crazy. I think it's like any other like
Not for what you not for
right because
not exactly. You know what I mean? I didn't mean it from that aspect. I mean it like from the kid that wanted to play college basketball.
right,
You hear,
right,
but when you see how you're playing
right,
and you see what's in front of you,
right.
what's on the mind?
To be honest, when I was at Quinnipiac, I was just glad I got out that situation, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, at that point, I was just glad my mom's got to see me play on TV, like shit like that. Like my grandma got to see me play.
yeah.
Yeah, senior night, all that stuff. Like I was glad about that rather than, you know what I mean? Because I went through a lot over
I
the
know.
like throughout that past 2 years before that. I went through a lot. I was like they tried to get me, but you know what I mean? Like
I ain't dig. You understand? I that because I didn't.
bro,
I don't.
I'm not ashamed to talk about it because I know what I did. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
you shouldn't be. But you know me, bro. You know what? You know how I move.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I know. I'm straight. I mean, I'm straightforward like that. Like I know I did right. You know what I'm saying?
And it came out at the end.
Exactly. Exactly.
So okay, so then it's safe to say at Westchester that scandal is what to me hurt you the most
Yeah.
over any injury
Yeah.
because you weren't part of that BS. You understand what I'm saying? We knew that,
Right.
but it's something you got to prove because there were others that got caught up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when that in its own by that point having to do the prep school, having to do the Missouri, having to go over here, a lot of people would have just been like, you know what? Let me just see if I can go get a bag somewhere and just F this.
Right.
You stuck with it.
Right.
And I respect the fact that your mom, you know what I mean? Like you said, your mom got to see you play on TV
Right.
and you had the college ball experience. Because me at that point, as a person that was always in your corner, was like, I was fed up with it. I was
Right.
like, yo, what, like, come on, son. Like,
That's a fact.
so we get to that situation and Quinnipiac, like I said, when you were there, I was expecting it to be 2K because I know they got a steal. They got lucky. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Like,
Right.
we know, and that's no disrespect to that conference or anything like that.
Right. Right.
But there's just different type of ball players
Right.
that wind up in situations for whatever reasons.
Right.
I just don't think that it was like I was like, oh man, this is gonna be different. You know
Right.
what I mean? Because I knew what you were capable of.
Right.
You know,
Nah,
so
a lot went on that season too. Like the season I did play, like
yeah,
a lot of outside of basketball team shit happened. Like
got
that you know what I mean? That took the team in different directions. Like a lot of that like you know what I mean?
yeah,
Nonsense that should never happen to begin with. Like little stuff like
yeah. It happens, bro. It happens. But like I tell a lot of people, what you were able to accomplish in itself, a
right,
lot of people play basketball their whole lives and never touch any of those floors
right,
at that level. It's just that to you, it wasn't how the average kid is gonna look at it because you were much above average. You
right,
was different, bro.
right.
You was different.
With that.
You know what I'm saying? Like to drift off topic a little bit, I want to get to this Dyckman thing, right? Because you get to Dyckman and you, X, Cliff, we hooping. You playing juniors with Scotty, X, and everybody else. We win the chip.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, yeah,
2 chips back to back too.
yeah. So on the senior chip that day, you don't get to play as much,
Right.
but it's a whole other team. It's not like I didn't have a whole team of basketball players that they gave me to coach. I'm bringing y'all because I know y'all can play. It's
Right.
the chip. You know how it goes because you did it the following year.
Right.
But we beat Mad Mob where they got Momo, Jiggy, Josh. They stacked,
Right.
right? And then the next summer, you join Mad Mob. And I was like, yo, what do you, we're like, we defending champions. Like, what happened? Nah, bro, you know it's love with you, but
Right. Oh,
I ain't get to play and I'm ready and I ain't trying to wait for nobody. I'm like, bro, but that senior team was full of 19-year-olds that ain't, this was their last year.
right.
Now it's supposed to be, and you went against the grain, son, and y'all was loaded.
Loaded.
Y'all was loaded. You, Avery, Russ Smith, y'all was loaded.
Facts.
And I'm going. I'm watching y'all in the summer. I'm watching you cook, and I'm like, yo, this kid really isn't the same kid that got here 2 years ago. Like he's really different. So I'm waiting, cause I'm like, yo, we gotta see them. We gotta see them, and we got you in the chip, bro. You already know. I'm like this. He wants 90. He wants 90. He's trying to prove his point. See, like this game proves what he's gonna try to prove to me what this move was. And you ain't get that. And I say that proud.
Nah, that's a fact.
Up out of here.
We lost that game.
Got you up out of here. Y'all was fully loaded.
And we was up 20 that game too.
Y'all was doing whatever y'all wanted to do.
And
You and Russ and that kid Avery, y'all was violating. But then
we had Siddiqui, we had
yeah.
Our bench could have started.
Y'all had a crew, son.
Facts.
Y'all had a crew, but you don't go against the grain. You don't go against family.
Nah.
You know what I mean? But let's get into the street ball side of you. When you started this street ball thing, did you know the history of street ball? Like, did you know people that came before you? None of that. You just playing ball, right?
Playing. Hooping.
Okay.
I'm learning as I go.
Yes, sir.
I'm learning everything I learned is as I went, like growing up. I'm watching growing up. The first person that growing up that I was like watching was like Kareem Reed. I used to go to those games every for Friday nights when Dominican Power would play.
Yeah.
I used to go to them games as a youngin'. I would just watch it.
Okay.
I mean, that's the first person I kind of watched and growing up.
Gotcha.
I got a chance to play behind Antifreeze, another killer.
Dobie, yeah.
You know what I'm saying, so all that shit got me ready too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
different.
What was the tournament as a kid for you that was like, yo, I gotta play there, I gotta get there? Because you came up in Dyckman, so Dyckman was nothing. That was, that wasn't what it is for other people.
But that's for sure was my number one tournament growing up, for sure, no questions. If you weren't playing in Dyckman, you wasn't good, to be honest.
Yeah, but you were Dyckman already by this point. You understand?
At that point, that was still my number one.
So outside of that tournament, there was no other tournament. Like, you know how people have the Rucker.
It was mad tournaments back then. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Mad tournament.
So for you as a kid from the Bronx, what was the radar? What was the tournaments on your radar? Dyckman and what else?
I never played. I played Hoops in the Sun for sure. I never played high school or anything in Hoops in the Sun.
Yeah, I know.
Not one game.
Okay.
I only played unlimited.
Yes, I know.
And so I would play Hoops in the Sun.
Mm-hmm.
I would play for sure Rucker.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Rucker had a high school division.
What was that like? Getting on that floor in 55th?
For sure. I didn't, you know what I mean? Like, that's legendary for sure. When your first game, you like, damn, I'm getting to play in Rucker. Like, growing up, when you looking at everybody that came before you and you going to all these games, now you getting a chance to play. Like, one day you're gonna be, I mean, in that spotlight as well. So that's how I felt too. Like one day I'm gonna get to play a night game. One day I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna like me and the crowd gonna be out here. Like I'm gonna be going crazy. Like I would. I mean, that's used to be in the back of my mind too. Like
Yeah. 81 Tri-State.
facts.
81 points. Documented. You got in trouble for it. Because that shit came out on TV, the newspapers. 81 points, bro. What was that day like? Like, what did you eat before that game? Like, who'd you play against? Like, what? Take me through that day that you had 81 points in Tri-State, yo.
Nah, it was just yo. The crazy thing is, I only had 24 at halftime.
That's
I had
crazy.
like 24 at halftime. Like I started making shots like to begin the second half, and my team just said like, "I bet." I made like the first five or something like that, and then after that, they just gave me the ball every time. Like damn it, like they was finding me every time, screening for me, everything. I was just knocking everything down. Matter of fact, I only hit like 9 threes. If I'm not lying to you, I got mad and ones,
81.
mad layups.
81, yo.
Yeah,
So we played a year and we're about to like take me through that Quinnipiac situation because this is something that I've always wanted to know in detail. What was it? Because you know I was against you leaving because of what all the BS you went through to get there.
right,
You understand? So I was like, yo, you know what, man? Just do
right,
what it do, ride it out, and pause, and get these quick 1,000 points in 2 years and get up out of there.
right.
So this is something I've always wanted to ask you.
Why?
Why? What happened with Quinnipiac that made you not want to stay there to just finish it out?
Bro, that team was we wasn't gonna do it, bro. So I wasn't trying to go through another year like that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Your last year of college?
Yeah, I wasn't trying to go through that like another 10 win season. I'm not doing that. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? When teams double team me, we don't have no options for that. Like, I
Yep.
can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I had to try to get, I had to get up out of there. Like, but back to that decision, the first time I had committed to Oklahoma before Quinnipiac.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Talk about the recruitment process for you. You not being a kid that was always on the radar to all of a sudden now you got to go through a recruiting process with schools showing interest in you. Like, what was that like for you?
I ain't sleep for like a month, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't sleep past 7 a.m. for like a month, bro.
That
I'm
first letter though, what was that first? What was the reaction like when you got that first, like the
They
first
don't
letter?
send letters no more. They don't
What
really
was it
send
like?
letters no more. They call you now. Like they get
Okay,
your number. They get your number through the coach. They probably send letters to the coaches, but I don't really get the letters. They
got you.
just tell you like, yo, the school interested, whatever. I'm like, I bet.
Okay,
I'll look up the school and see what's good. They'll call me and then whatever. We'll have a conversation on that. And I'll be real. Like I might check you out. Let me see. I'm not making no decisions now, so I mean I'll get back with you.
Mm-hmm. So, what was the school I initially that you were headed to?
Oklahoma. I had committed to Oklahoma, but because I transferred JUCOs, the Big 12 got a rule that you got to be at your current school for 2 years, for two. What is it? 4 full semesters.
Oh, I never knew what happened because I always wondered, like, yo, wait a minute, we was going to Oklahoma, son.
Right. And then yeah, right. The day I did it, the next day they found out, like, yo, shit, there's a
Mm.
rule that we can't
Oh,
like accept transfers that haven't been at their school for more than 4 semesters,
okay,
4 or more semesters. So that's basically 2 years at a JUCO. So you got to stay
yep,
at the same JUCO for 2 years, damn it.
yeah, because you did 1-1, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So that disqualified me from even going there to begin with.
So
So
that's a rule that applies to any like
anybody that's trying to transfer there,
but that's only that school, or is that an
Big
NCAA
12,
rule?
the Big 12, the
Big
conference.
12, Big
Yeah,
12 conference.
yeah, the whole conference. That's the rule for the conference.
Okay, so once you realized that, what was the thought process for you, and what were the schools that you were still considering going to?
Fuck. I still had mad schools, but after that, I just like, yo, I'm staying close to home.
Why? I always said that, bro.
I'm gonna stay close to home, so my people's come see me. That was my whole thing. I'm thinking it's gonna be, yo, kid you not. The first year I went there was the team though. That was the team that they really wanted me to play with.
Where at?
Real at Quinnipiac.
Okay.
That was a crew. We had a crew.
Okay.
We had some even now. They pros. They niggas is pros right now.
All right.
We had a crew. We had a 6'10". He's like almost defensive player of the year. Then every year.
Okay.
We had a guard, two guard that was nice. Z,
Mhm.
dumb nice. We had We had other pieces. That was the year they all graduated though.
Oh, got it. And there was a fallout within the season that okay. I got you.
These are all young new kids, and you know what I mean.
Also, basically, you inherited a bad situation on your senior year.
Yes, basically, and that's
Got
the
it.
year I played.
Okay.
Right, right.
Okay. Got you.
I,
Got
I
you.
just,
Got
you
you.
know what I mean, I couldn't do nothing about it. I had to stay
Yeah.
there. If
Yeah.
I,
Yeah. Yeah.
I would never play. Like,
No, absolutely. 100%.
but,
So what are you thinking about trying to get up out of there? Like what went through your mind to take you to the next step that you took?
I just wanted to try to, you know what I mean, give what always wanted to try, like get on the biggest stage.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, and play. That was it. Like, and that's what I was promised, and that never happened though.
So at this point, what are you thinking?
I'm just trying. You know what I mean, get to the get there, get a chance, and see what happens. I
Okay.
mean, for sure, I'm trying to get overseas or for this or something.
Yeah.
I'm saying for sure, like
Yeah. 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 Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to situate myself for, you know what I mean, for the future now.
Of course. Of course. Of course.
But I ain't get a chance to.
So the bounce back, because this is what I respect, bro. Because a lot of ball players put all their eggs in one basket, right?
Right, right,
And the sport itself is not promised.
right.
You went through a bunch of injuries. Not a bunch. No, no, no.
I
You went
did.
through a
I went
bunch.
to another ACL just now.
I was about to say you went through two ACLs.
Man,
One will put somebody out
right,
indefinitely. But when I say it for this reason. You always held your head high. You know what I mean? Like there's gonna be something for me to do. Where and a lot of people that would have broken them.
right, right,
You understand?
right,
So you found a way to stay involved with the sport by giving back.
right,
And I love that. You know what I mean?
right,
Because you could have just went and got a job.
right,
You could have just went and you know what I mean and say, you know what, I don't even have that love to share it for anybody or just for it anymore. You didn't let it break you, bro.
uh,
And I
I gotta
salute you
be
for that.
around basketball, bro. Appreciate
Huh?
it. I said I gotta be around. I gotta be around
And I,
basketball.
and I and I salute you for that, bro, because I know a lot of people that reached high levels of basketball and it might not have panned out for them the way they wanted to. And like they're pretty much like not discouraged, but like turned off by,
Right,
and they want nothing to do with it.
right,
And it's like, yo, it's not the basketball's, it's not the sport's fault. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that would kill just to do what you did, and you don't even see it like that.
right,
You know what I mean?
right,
So the fact that you're giving back from everything you were able to learn, because in a short amount of time, you put in work, bro. You became a household name. You became a legend in the streets of New York. Batteries not included. You said that name anywhere, and everybody knew what that meant. And that's coming from a kid that I know did that in 2 years, in 2 summers. In 2 summers, did that before Instagram, before social media. You know what I mean? Like you was getting to it, but you got better. You got better. You got better. You like with me, for example, me and Lefty, we would argue, but you would apply it.
right,
You know what I mean?
right,
When you felt like it. But it would happen eventually. You know what I mean? Like, we would eventually get to it. You know what I mean? So I just respect that you approached the game and you used everything that you could use to your advantage and it worked out because you became a phenomenal basketball player,
right.
bro.
Appreciate that, bro.
I just know me knowing you, I know you never fell into the situation that you needed to fall into for
Right,
you for the world to know it, because everybody around you knows it.
Right.
You
That's
know, but it's also starting late. It's also making up time. We can't do that.
right.
But the time you made up in the window that you made it up, a lot of people don't get to be half as good as you are, bro. I took my nephew to see you play at Westchester, and he was like, "That's my favorite basketball player." I was like, I told you, he's different, bro.
Right.
He don't even have to dunk because he was young. He
Right.
didn't believe. He thought that you had to be like huge to
Numbers.
play basketball. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Who, him, the little guy?" I said, "Watch my man go to work." You know what I mean? And you became a household name, and you got to play college basketball, and that's something that millions of kids don't get to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
However things go, they go, but you never let anything hold you down. Now you're giving back. Talk about what you're doing now with the kids.
Just just teaching, man, teaching everything I learned, like giving back, like every single part of the game that I learned, the mental part, the physical part. I'm just trying to get them ready early, like
Mm,
because I didn't get that chance. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to
yeah.
give them the chance early, like learn the little things that I learned late that helped me. I'm
Yep.
giving to them now, like so they can learn it. Like every kid I have is gonna learn how to shoot. Every kid I have is gonna know how to shoot. Whether he's a big man, whether he's like small, because I teach that every part of every workout. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
you have to.
and
You
I
have
coach
to be
it.
able to put the ball in the
Exactly.
basket. Yeah.
Exactly.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody learns handle. No matter
Hmm.
if you're a big man, everybody learns head up, IQ, pass. I do dribble, pass, shoot every workout. I just incorporate it differently every time. Like, I mean, every night before my workout, I write down a plan for them, like what I'm gonna do today. Like, and I keep every week because I get the same kids every week. So I mean, every week I check their progress, and I mean, I write it down and I see what's up. I gotta like log at work. I just write their progress down every time. Like on the gun, I shoot. I keep their track, everything. Like you know what I'm saying. So because I learned that as I got older, like yo, keeping all the tracks and all that stuff like helps. Like you know what
Hmm.
I mean, it mentally makes you want to like do better each time. Like it's like
Yeah, you have something to compare it to.
I got 10 out of 20 this time. All right, next time I'm gonna get 15. I'm gonna try to get this, that, and that's the mentality they starting to have, and that's what I'm doing it for. So you know what I mean? I'm
I appreciate that you even approached the game that way because
right.
you was stubborn, bro.
Yo,
You,
tell me, yo,
you was stubborn, bro. You was stubborn, bro. I'm going to pick you up every other day, and you telling me, but no, but I could do this, and I'm like, bro, there's no need for all that. You
right,
can get it done this way, a lot
right.
simpler and just more effective and efficient.
Yeah,
But
one move straight, go
that's
straight.
it.
That's
That's
it.
all it takes. That's all it takes. But you got it, bro. Because like my thing is this: people use the term late bloomer, right?
Right,
What I think comes from that is it depends how that person pays attention to the game and
right,
appreciates it and
right,
wants it. Because you could be playing from 7 years old to 14 and still not know and still not play the right way.
right. That's a
You can
fact.
start playing at 14, but since your mind is so much more mature, you know what to look out for if you have the right person. The
Right,
same way if you have the right person when you're little,
right,
it's a much more mature mind. So that late bloomer stuff, I don't believe in that,
right,
bro. Like it's a term that's used, but I don't think it's a derogatory term
right,
because I know a lot of people that were late bloomers that are better than dudes that played and from 5 and 6 and 7 years old that never got to do anything that the late bloomers did.
yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I mean? And I think it's just what you do with the time. What would you say was your best year in the streets when you was on tour? The batteries not included tour.
Damn, I the same year I had 80, I had 50 indictment.
Mm.
I had 50 indictment, and like that was like that might have been like a Tuesday, and then like the Saturday I had the 81 or the Friday night.
In tri-state, right?
No, this was in tri-state. I had the 50 indictment and went right back to have
Who
81.
you was with Indictment?
Who did I play with?
Yeah.
I played with Mikey.
Oh, okay.
I had K Sat was on the team. We
Oh,
played.
that was with me.
Yeah, but you wasn't here yet. You wasn't here.
Yeah.
You had moved. This was against Bone Collecting. Remember? This was Collecting
Okay.
at halftime. It
Mm-hmm.
was getting spicy.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That joint 50 though, but
50, and you know what? People don't realize 50 in Dyckman, it's tough because it's
yeah,
running time.
facts. So my 81 was running time too.
And that 80, I was about to say that 81 was running time in Tri-State, right?
Facts.
How that like that's crazy, bro. That's some 2K shit right there, bro. I'm sorry. How do you like coaching opposed to playing?
I think I don't know. I love it both. I think
What
one
do you think
thing
you
about
need more patience
basketball
for?
for patience for both, you got to learn. You got to have top tier patience to be a point guard at any
Mm-hmm.
level. To me, you got to
Mm-hmm.
have top tier patience, like because you got to be the engine.
Yeah.
I learned that more. I learned that when I started playing PG at for real at Westchester. That's when I really first played PG.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, I was a two guard. I played on the wing. At my freshman year, I played on the wing. I
Okay.
played the two. I was getting buckets at this as the two.
Yeah.
So my sophomore year, that's when I really started my first time playing with PG, like for real.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like this is when I really got to learn how to read and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I got it. That's when I had it. Like
Got you. So what would you say was your best summer? The 81, the 50, that total?
the summer before that too, I went crazy again in Tri-State. I had 47 then one day, then next day I had like 50, 53. The summer, both those summers, I was going bananas, like 2K bananas, like
Yo, 81 is 2K bananas, bro.
yeah, like
I remember when they my man called me. He said, "You heard about your man?" And I was like, "What?" He was like 81 in Tri-State. I said, "Who?" He said, "Gio." I said, "Gio had 81." I thought you had left back to school.
right.
I'm like, "Gio had 81 in
I
Tri."
was at school. I came back home.
I said, "Gio had 81 in Tri-State. Get the fuck out of here!" What? And then I saw that a DVD came out of a video came out of it.
Yeah. What?
Highlights.
It's on YouTube.
It's on the tube, and I was like, "Yo, 81 points, bro. That's got to be a different type of feeling, bro."
Nah, that's a fact. But
Whew.
that's like nah. You don't want to play no games after that because you don't want to bum it ever again. Like
Ever again, ever, bro, ever.
I don't want to bum it ever again. Like after I score 80, I gotta score like 50 every time. Damn
Every
it.
time out after that. I only see one other person do that, and that was Sat at Hoops in the Sun. In a weekend, he scored like 160 points
That's gangster.
in 2 games, bro.
Yeah, that's
He
different.
had, and I was like, yo, but I was there. You know
Right.
what I mean? So I'm watching. He had like 80 or 70 something one night, 80 or 70 something the next night. I'm like, how do you even have the energy to shoot for that much?
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's being smart and
Right.
saving the energy
And
to be able to do that.
knowing your spots, picking your spots.
Exactly. You
That's
learned the game fast and you played it well, man. You
right.
still hoop. I mean, well, you rehabbing, but
Yeah, I still hoop. I
you
be at
still
the
you
coach.
you still go. You still a bucket.
I'm still a bucket forever. I learned. I'm telling you, I cracked the code. It's like the Vinci Code. Once I got the jump shot, it's over. That saves a lot of problems.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It saves the bar and it gives the game longevity.
Right.
You
Yep.
know what I mean? So coaching, how serious and passionate are you about it? Like, are you willing? Like, are you trying to get to the
I'm
like
as
school
passionate.
setting
I'm
or?
as passionate as I was about playing growing up. Like this is like how I was like growing up. Like this is how I am with coaching. Like I'm always watching videos. I'm trying to learn all the time. Like I'm always
Mm,
trying to add new things. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really trying to learn this thing. Like no lie. Like
okay.
you know what I'm saying? But that's just my character in general. Like once I love something, I'm trying.
Mhm.
I'm trying to learn it. I'm trying to. Like I did with basketball, like
Yeah.
playing. So that's the same thing. I got the same attitude towards coaching, and the kids make it easy for me as well. Like you know, what I mean, they're not disrespectful. They trying to learn as well. Like I mean, of course, you get some kids that's just there because their parents just want to send them away for.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But you still they at the end of the day they still want to learn too. Like they just didn't know they did at that point. Once
Do
they
they know who their coach is?
yes, yes, they do. They these kids Google everything,
Yeah.
and because all right, so that when you send an email, you guys send a coach's name. So my name is there, and the parents, the parents don't. They Google everything, bro.
Hmm.
Everything. They know everything before I even know them. They know everything.
Yeah, yeah,
So they come to me and they like, yeah, you played my coach played at Texas Tech. All this, da, 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 da.
yeah, yeah.
I'm like, all right, man. I'm like, all right, man. Hit the baseline.
Coach, coach, coach. So you trying to like? We'll hopefully see you on the sidelines for a school one day.
Nah, facts. That's a big fact. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm just learning the little ins and outs of everything. So
Hmm.
I'm paying attention. I'm learning. You know what I mean? Like you said, I'm a quick learner because
Yeah.
I pay attention. That's just why, and that's what
So
I'm doing.
you know how to apply what you learn quickly.
Exactly.
That's what a lot of people don't have. They'll soak it up, pause, but not know when to use it. Like,
Right. Right.
okay, yeah, I know I can lay up with, or I can go this way. I know I can change direction, but I don't know when to do it.
Right.
So it's like, no, yo, G, try it this way. And I remember your sarcastic little self. You'll come down and do two things, and I'm like, yo, G, do this. And then you'll come down and do it like with no energy, run the play, make the shot, and look at me and be like that. And I'm like,
Nah, man.
got a
Yeah,
video. I
man.
got a game. I got you on video. You take a shot. You like, that's the shot you want me to take? And I'm like, yo, son, I want to choke this little dude right now. Be like, why is he playing with me like
That's
that?
the attitude that got me by though, man. I wasn't always. I was after a while. I got out of that, but I still had that edge on me. You know what I'm saying? Like I got out of that, like the fern. I just like started listening more. Like
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying. But I still had that edge on my like chip on my shoulder kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
I thought I ain't belong here kind of thing. Like
I hear you.
I'm
I
saying,
hear you. I hear you. But that's, you see, that is what happens with the kids that start late.
right,
They trying to establish, because the thing is, in New York City, a lot of kids will hold on to a name without even having to put in the same amount of work. Like a
right,
kid will be 12 and they're talking about him already, and when he's 15, he's the same way he was when he's
right,
12. But he's had that name since he was 12.
right,
You're competing with those kids.
right,
Like now I'm here, but it's like, who's this kid?
right.
It didn't take long for everybody to know.
I tell you one thing. I definitely everything I earned. I got in basketball. I earned. That's a
On your own.
oh my
On your own.
fact. My name. I definitely earned it. Like
Yeah.
all that. I earned everything. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
whole fact.
I put
That's a
that
whole
work in. That's all it boiled down to. You know what
I
I'm
was telling my wife today, she was like, yo, who's the kid you're gonna interview today? And I said, well, this kid, this one summer, I don't know if you remember the first summer that we lost everything we was in. Then the next summer, Cliff didn't play with us, but you and X and Scotty was like,
saying?
that's what it was.
Yeah.
And out of 11 tournaments, we took 10.
Yeah.
I lost one because y'all was in UDC playing 19s and y'all was 16.
Right. That was when we played with Kenny and them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played with Kenny. Yeah.
Yes, sir. That was the only thing we lost. Like we won everything, bro. And it was like, oh, the kid don't listen. Then X, oh, his attitude. Then
Yeah.
Scotty, oh, his attitude. I'm like, nah, I'm rocking with them.
Yeah. They said everything about us at one point. I
Exactly.
already know.
Yeah,
You was
exactly. So I'm
rocking,
like, you know what?
bro. That's forever. Why you my God forever? You was rocking with us no matter what they was saying. That's a fact.
I didn't care, bro.
A
I
fact.
didn't care. I didn't care what park we was in.
You
I
was
didn't care
rocking
who was telling me what. I'm like, not my kids. You
right.
can't tell me nothing about my kids. Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'd rather die with my kids. That's it. You know, and oh, this, that, and the third. We made history, bro. Where everybody not, because they hadn't won in that park for years.
Right. Right.
For years.
Right.
And then there was already a team ahead of y'all. And I scrapped it. Like, I'm not going with them.
Right.
Like, I'm going with the kids y'all telling me not to go with. Like, this is what I'm rocking with. Let's do it.
Right.
And we did what we needed to do everywhere we went, bro.
everywhere.
Everywhere we went.
That was a great time for basketball for me.
Yo, it was the most fun I had in the summer. We took Gun Hill, Black Butter, UDC, Youth on the Rise. We even was in a Rumble in the Bronx. We beat
Oh,
Riverside in Manhattan College. Like, come on, bro. We had a epic,
Dykeman back to back. One
huh?
of the illest ones. We took Dykeman back to back.
Seniors and juniors in the same night, and
Night,
like it was just different, bro.
night.
It was a different time, bro. It was a different vibe. And then like you have all these people now that do all of this, but they want to post everything and they want to get a check. Like I ain't even asked for gas money, and I'm taking y'all all over the city.
That's a fact.
I'm not doing this for people to appreciate what I'm doing. I'm doing this because if on this van, if one of these kids can leave the hood for a couple of years and get a degree doing something,
Right.
it was all worth it. We won. We all won.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So it was just more generic when we was coming up.
Right.
Now, if you want somebody to do what I was doing with y'all, they're gonna ask for bread, and you're gonna see them posting every goddamn thing that they do,
Yeah.
posting all this stuff that they're giving the kids with a stipend
Right.
that they're asking somebody else for.
Right.
Like, nah, it's like where the kids at?
It's a
Come on,
different
let's go.
world now, man. It's a whole nother world.
Yeah, I don't.
You
I
could
just
be a
think
diva in this way. You could be a diva in today's basketball world. Back then, you had to be tough. You
yeah,
had to,
it's thick skin, bro.
your game had to really speak. Like you had to play for people to really respect you. Like
When do you feel you got that respect?
after I won a couple chips, unlimited. After I won
Where,
a couple,
like what? What tips?
I
Take
won.
me through it.
I didn't won everything.
Talk to me.
I won hoops in the sun multiple times. I won
How
tri-state.
many hoops in the sun you got?
I think two.
Two hoops in the sun?
Two. I got like three tri-states.
Okay.
I don't have no Dykeman Unlimited. That's it.
Okay.
I have Dykeman though, too.
Yeah.
But I have Rucker.
Mm.
I got Rucker Unlimited. I got bro, I got everything.
How was it like getting on that Rucker Unlimited floor?
That shit. You know, man. You know how it is, man. It's special up there too. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's still that atmosphere. But back then it was still that atmosphere. Like, yo, it's still Rucker a little bit. Like, but then it started to, you know what I mean? As years go by, it started to die down a little bit.
Yeah, but when you was playing, it was still
It was
killers out
still
there.
good. Yes, facts.
It was still killers out there. Don't do that. It was still killers out there.
That's a fact. It was still killers. No
Like
question about it.
your name didn't come off hype.
Nah,
It
no,
didn't,
I
bro.
had no hype from where. I ain't had no
Yeah.
hype from nobody.
Yeah, no. Because you and I have both seen a dude who might have 30 tonight and 30 on Sunday, and he got a name, and they'll call him that all summer, and he won't perform ever again.
Right.
You put in work
Right.
every summer. Like whenever you showed up, it was a bucket.
Right. And everywhere I won, everywhere I played, I had buckets there for
Yeah,
sure.
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Even and it sucked. I only got to coach you 1 year unlimited because of the Dyckman scandal. Then when we won seniors the second time, everybody was 18.
Right.
Because remember, we won the year before and y'all was 17.
Right.
16 and 17.
Right.
So at 18, when we beat y'all, they were still 8. We was still 18.
Right.
He said we can't stay and play it. We can't defend it again.
Yeah.
Right? So I said, all right, so let me get my kids that you're not letting me put in seniors. Let me put them in unlimited.
Right.
But it had to be through the young ones.
Right.
I wanted to do it through Team Dynasty.
Right.
And I understand what he was saying, but he wasn't understanding what I was saying.
Right.
Like, okay, this is your organization.
Right. For sure.
I'm the one that's winning with them. I'm the one coaching them.
Right.
They with me.
Right.
So they thought I was trying to take kids away.
Nah.
When no, what counted was that we won when we were Dyckman.
Right.
After that, there's no more Dyckman. There's no Dyckman team. There's no Team Dyckman in Unlimited.
Right.
It's the young ones.
Young ones. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When that happened, it was like, then you went and played. X played with somebody else, and it was just different. But that run that we had with that group of guys, Leroy, Chief.
Oh God.
You know what I mean? Joe from Jersey,
So
Kai.
we didn't have no name players, no none of that. We just had
We
hope.
just hooped, bro.
Evander was one of my favorite players growing up. I'm not
He
gonna
won't get on here and talk about basketball.
Evander was one of my favorite players
That's
growing
a
up.
fact. That's
Fact,
a
bro.
fact,
He
bro.
had everything. I can't go. Right,
Every
he had everything. Bro, he had
everything.
every part of it. He had the mental part. He had the IQ. He had everything, bro.
Athletic, could finish with both hands, could pass,
Man,
shoot,
that's one of my favorite players growing up, bro.
X.
I was
Listen,
tight.
I got a video where he's I'm not even gonna he's violating a big name. I'm not even gonna do it to that person, but he's violating a big name on video. And I'm like, you better keep up. Like I'm on him, and it was effortless with how he used to play, bro.
Right.
He was tough.
He was,
I had a crew, man.
uh,
You, him, Scotty, X. Like we didn't need no bigs. We running everybody out the park.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He
And
was
there was
out there.
no
Chief
egos.
Blackfoot was our big man.
Yeah, there was no
Yeah,
egos.
we good.
Yeah.
He was running it up.
Then there was no egos. I remember we played against Brooklyn Stompers. Yo, it became a layup drill.
Yeah, that shit.
50. Got him in the playoffs. Got him out of here.
Yeah.
New Heights, they had destroyed us.
Yo, remember that? Yo,
Violated.
oh my! They had the Javon Pinkston and the other brolic football players.
Violated us in the regular season. Violated. They had 3 years in the tournament without losing.
Facts.
We got them in the playoffs.
That's a fact. We got them
out of here. That's X put on the book bag.
Nah, that's a fact. He was going crazy.
He went bananas. Got him out of here.
That's because he remember it was personal for him. I remember that. Yeah, it was personal for him.
They had him on the alternative team.
Right.
They have him on the main team.
I remember with something like that.
Yeah, so he was like, okay, I'm gonna show y'all what y'all been sleeping on.
Yeah.
He went to work.
Nah,
he went to work.
Remember that game?
Yo, like that. Those 2 summers, those 3 summers, it was like because the first summer we sucked because nobody was playing with it. Like you and Cliff had chemistry. X and Scotty and them wasn't there, and nobody was hooping. Tinsley was trying. You know what I mean? It was a few dudes that was trying to hoop. But that next summer, when Cliff was already playing up with the young ones and all that, that's when I was like, yo, this ain't the same kid from last year. Like you went to work, boy. You would have had 3 in Dyckman if you just just chill, son. Next year we got this.
Yeah.
Next year we got this. You know what I'm saying? Like this wasn't my 19. I'm taking this 19-year-old team to the chip. These are all dudes that been playing here before I started coaching.
Right.
So just come on, son. They ain't want you with me at all, and I brought you. Just come on, son.
Right.
And I respect it though. You understand? Like it was never like, oh, F him and he's a sucker. Me telling you my little brother, are you a sucker for doing that? You know, joking, talking.
Right.
I understood what was on your mind.
Right.
Like, I'm not trying to wait for nobody, bro. Right. I'm trying to go, man. I'm trying to go. Like, you ain't let me go the way I felt that you should have. So I'm gonna go somewhere where that's what it's gonna be. And we're gonna see what happens. Right. And I respected it. And you got to the chip.
Right.
So in a way, it was all right. You know, it was
right. It worked out for a little until the chip. It worked out
for a little bit, for a little while. I remember after the game, I said, and I hope them sneakers was worth it. Because the dude from Mad Mom never shook my hand, bro. In the 2 chips
coming in, huh?
Yo, bro, the 2 chips that I got him for, he never shook my hand, bro. Never.
Nah, he be. My God.
But it was he had never won. He would always get to the chip and lose. Right. From what I understood.
Right.
That's what Av and Isaiah was telling me. They was like, yo, every year he's in the chip and he loses. So we won the first one when he had Momo, Jiggy Josh. He had a crew. He was stacked. And he had Russ Smith that year too.
Right.
And then we got him out of there. Then the next year when you was over there, I was like, okay, I know that this is gonna be the chip.
Right.
I know this is the chip. And when y'all was smacking us in the beginning of the game, I'm like, yo, we gotta stay in the game. Like, let's go. We like as long as I didn't see who I had running out there for me discouraged,
Right.
I knew we had a shot.
Right.
Because eventually this dude is not gonna know what to do. And that's what happened. 3, 4, 5 in a row. You don't touch the ball. I already knew it was they falling apart.
Yep.
They falling apart. They went away from what was working.
Sadiki,
It was a personal game for you. That's who ruined the game. Because it was a personal game for you. You playing against us.
Right.
There's no way you could lose. You ain't coming, you know what I mean? Like, I could lose to anybody except them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when they started going away from giving you the rock, I said, we got him. We got him. Sadiki wanted to be Lamar Odom.
I remember that shit. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. And then Jeffrey, Sadiki went on a putback and Jeffrey caught him. Oh, Arthur Finesse. This is Jeff Clothesline. Jeff caught him at the glass. Hung! Got him out of here. Evander, yo, we did what we had to do. You know what I mean? But the time that we came up in was, I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world, bro.
Right.
We went to war with everybody.
Beautiful time.
Hell yeah, my nigga. Hell yeah, bro.
I'm glad I got to experience that in life. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people don't experience that.
Yeah.
Today, growing up in tournaments now, like they don't get to experience none of that. Like,
that's a fact. And it's like I said to you, the reason why a lot of people do it is not why I ever did it. It's like not why I do this.
Right.
I'm not doing this to try to like get rich. I'm doing this because I'm trying to give a platform to people that I think deserve flowers in some form.
Right.
And I'm just giving respect back and letting people know that they appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate
if by nobody, by me.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And yo, you know, you at the top of that list, the U's, the X's. I reached out to Scotty, I reached out to Evander. You know, not everybody want to talk about
what happened.
What was. Right. You know what I mean? And I respect it, but y'all my guys for life. So if I got a platform, I'll share it. You could have easily said, yo, bro, big bro, you know, like, and I would have respected it. It is what it is.
Never. You know that's not happening. Though.
But it's what I'm saying is like, look how many years later and we still here.
That's a fact.
You know, that's what I do it for. I don't do it for the, let me see how my name could ring bells and I could look cool and I could look like I'm doing all this stuff for the hood and for these kids and really not be doing anything.
Right.
I never asked for nothing from nobody and I never had to publicize what I was doing. If you know,
I know you differently, bro. So you already know. I already know. I know you differently, bro.
My whole thing is, if you know, you know.
That's a fact.
Done.
You
know what I'm saying? And you owe me a pair of Jordans. So that's all I'm saying. I'm saying that up here. You owe me a pair of Jordans.
No, I got enough now. I could definitely.
I know. That's what I'm asking now. I didn't ask when you was in college.
I got you. I got mad dead stocks for you.
I need some. You owe me a pair of Jordans because those wasn't worn.
I still can't even get those right now.
And you had them.
That's a fact.
I need my Jordans.
I got you, bro. You're ready.
Yo, baby, bro, I appreciate you taking out the time to chop it up with me, man.
Always, man. You know, anytime, bro. You know
yo, continue what you're doing. Give my love to the family. And you know, if you ever need me for anything, I'm here, broski.
100, bro. You already know.
Love you, boy. Holla at your boy.
You're ready.
My man, batteries not included. Epic story. The kid made history in a city where it's crabs in a barrel. To stand out, you got to be special, and he's that. I appreciate y'all for tuning in for another episode, And I'm going to holla at y'all when I holla at y'all, unless you holla at me first, but I doubt it because you